Gonna take a quick break from learning and practice everything that we have learned so far when it comes to lines. So I have three very simple problems that you can expect on any test in your class. They are taken from a sample final of a college algebra class. So let's get to it. In the first question, we need to find the slope of the line that passes through given points. So we have point A and point B. We don't have the slope. And in order to find an equation of a line, we need a slope and at least 1 point. So let's start by finding the slope. Just to remind you, the slope, or the formula for the slope, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's plug in the numbers. So I'm going to label y2 and x2 from point B. So y2 will be 3, y1 will be 15, and x2 will be 10, and x1 will be 12. So it seems that on the top we have negative 12, and on the bottom we have negative 2. Negative over negative becomes positive, and 12 over 2 is just 6. So that's our slope. Okay, great. Since we have the slope and we have 2 points, we can either choose which one of them we're going to use in our point slope formula. All right, I'm going to pick, I think, point B. 10 and 3 seem like easy numbers to work with. So for y, I'm going to plug in 3. For m, I'm going to plug in 6. And for x1, it seems like it's going to be 10. We have 6x minus 6 times negative 10 is negative 60. And we have to add 3 from the left side. So it seems that the equation of this line is 6x minus 57. Done and done. Okay. Second question is somewhat tricky, right? Not because we have to find the slope. Finding the slope is very simple, but we are working with a line that is in standard form. I'm not a big fan of questions like this because they are very tricky and you can easily lose points on them. So let me explain what you have to watch out for. You can be tempted, very tempted, to just say, hey, there's 11 attached to x, slope must be 11. Well, sorry to break it down, but that's wrong, okay? Remember, you always want to have y on its own. In this case, we'll have to divide both sides by 8, right? But let us move some things around first so you can see how it happens. So I'm going to write 11x minus 8y is equal to 88. Now I'm going to add 8y to both sides. So I have 11x equal to 88 plus 8y. Now I have 8y in a positive. That's exactly what we want. Let's subtract 88 from both sides, and I'm just going to switch the direction in which we are going. So I'm going to write 8y is equal to 11x minus 88. Last thing that you have to do is divide by 8 so you can have y on its own, and you will see that the slope is 11 over x minus 11 because 88 over 8 is just 11. So it's 11 over 8, not 11. So always do the math if you're not sure. Like I said, you might be tempted to just blast through the question and you see 11 attached to x, call it a day, say that slope is 11. But in this case, you saw that it's an easy way to lose very, very simple points because you're just looking for the slope. Nothing fancy, nothing too advanced. So in this case, slope is 11 over 8. Okay. Third question, also somewhat annoying because once again, we'll be working with the standard form of a line, but in a slightly different form, because in this question, we have to find an equation of the line with the given slope that passes through the given point. And then we have to write the equation in the form of ax plus by equal to c. Good thing is that we already know the slope, which is 1 over 9, and we have a point P, 6, 2. So let's start by plugging everything into the point slope formula. So y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. The slope is 1 over 9, and we have x minus 6. Okay, I'm going to multiply the right side first and then add 2 to both sides, and I'm going to do it because here we're going to end up with fractions, and I wanna deal with fractions before we start adding whole numbers. So we have 1 over 9x, and 1 over 9 times negative 6 is simply negative 6 over 9, or 1/3. But I'm going to keep everything in terms of 9 in the denominator, at least for now. Okay, so let's add everything, not everything, but let's add 2 to both sides. And keep in mind that 2 can be written as a fraction. We are working with 9s here. So 2 is 18 over 9. So y is equal to 1 over 9x minus, ask yourself, what is 6 or negative 6 plus 18? That's 12 over 9. Okay, and I purposely left the fractions with the 9 because right now I can multiply both sides by 9 to get this equation into the standard form. So we're going to end up with 9y equal to 1x minus 12. Okay, we are almost there, but pay attention to how the equation of this line is presented. So we have to do two things. We have to add 12 to the right side, and we have to subtract 9y. So we're going to have 1x minus 9y equal to 12. And now we have the newly found line in a standard form. So let's say you had this question on one of your tests, or on your quiz, or on your homework. Don't make the mistake of leaving the line in this form. Always read the question through, always highlight what you are being asked to calculate, and I recommend either circling, boxing, or underlining all of the information that is given. That's going to save you a lot of headaches, and it's going to save you making a lot of, or it's going to prevent you from making a lot of silly mistakes. Okay, so these were just some 3 random questions that most likely you can expect to see on your homework or on your test. And in the next video, we're going to do some word problems.